people that were not very nice to me in the last live, so I ended it at 37 minutes. That's really not. It's unfortunate. Anyway, so before I actually take another, before I do another smoke sesh, my medicine, THCA, legal in Wisconsin, USA. Before I go back to bed, because I took a long nap after I had an appointment today, and I really don't want to go into everything again. So I'm gonna wait for people to come in and ask about how things are, because I just kind of like, even my husband's sitting here over here, like, one person called me a few names, and then, yeah, it's like, okay, call me what you will, but it's not my fault that I'm ill. If somebody, if you have nothing nice to say, first and foremost, I'm going to say that right off the bat. If you have nothing nice to say, please don't say it at all, or don't comment it. I'm an advocate. I am a person that wants to be nice to people. And I am a nice person. Just don't cross me. Otherwise, you're going to hear it come out of my mouth. And I'm going to try my very best to be very nice about it, though. Because you should never bully anybody for what they have. Or call them something just because of what the medicine they're using you may not agree with, because it's an herb that grows in the ground that can be used in food and eaten straight away after even just putting it in a salad. So, yeah. On that note, I'm going to be quiet now. Because you can have your opinions. Just, if you don't like what I do, then don't watch and stay off. Because yes, I use medicinal marijuana, even though it's less than 0.3% delta 9. Because the United States, Wisconsin, where I live, that's the only legal one we got. Although THCA is legal. Hello. THCA is legal where we live. That is what I use. And that... Hi, I was on a live beforehand. And this is THCA diamonds. This is my rig for my medicine. I only use it at night. Hello. I had to stop my live, and welcome in, please like, subscribe. I had to stop my live before because I was being bullied. My husband's here to attest to that. Like, please like and subscribe if you'd like. Join if you are able to. He was like, who called you what? And I was like, yep, no. I don't want to, like. Hi, Brendan and Grace. Welcome in. How old are you, by the way, first off and foremost, because this is for 18 and over only. Because I do something that only 21 years and up can do as well in my life. I'm seeing you doing with my hand. I'm seeing you doing with my hand. I'm seeing you doing. Okay. You are a creeper. Okay. At least you made me laugh. That's all you're getting from that. Time out. You're in time out. There you go. Hi, Devil Hunter. How are you? Welcome in. Nice name. But yeah, so I'm a gastroparesis advocate, as well as severe osteoporosis, ehlers, danlos, PTSD, complex PTSD, autism, ADHD. Yeah. And so that's what I advocate about. Autism, ADHD, severe gastroparesis, severe osteoporosis, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, minor esophageal dysmotility. I'm a 2B, so you got questions, I've got some answers that I can maybe help you with. Yes, I use THCA, the marijuana plant, because legal in Wisconsin, USA, we can use THCA and certain things. We do not, however, yet have it legalized like the states around us, like Minnesota, Michigan, Illinois, um, Iowa, all of them. We're basically the one state where everybody like they said, heck with you guys. But we have certain things we can use. And when you burn THCA, it turns into straight THC. So, in case you want to know about that, that's something brand new and very true for you guys to understand. So, in a way, if people want to know if it's strong or not, yes. And it helps, but no, obviously, I don't feel hunger. Um, I wish it would have done something like that because I did have actual, back before I got my feeding tube and MIT tube to empty my stomach contents and all that. We did try marijuana. I did try the actual, and no, it did not. It did not make me hungry. All it actually did for me was it calms my body down. Gastroparesis is partial to complete stomach paralysis, and it was caused by either one, my stroke, two, it happened because I was almost unalived by people in 2021. People almost unalived me, and I lived and woke from life support on my own birthday of 2021. Now, I had a stroke in between that, coded 3 or 4 times um, before I woke up. Then, it was like a healing thing from there. I did not have this going on yet at all. I had a fatty liver and stuff like that, but that was because of what was going on with me. So then, but I was probably like 150 when I think I was 150. Yeah, I was 150 because I remember when they weighed me when I got up. And then I was at like 140 when I got back with my husband because I was with him, and I was like sort of trying to lose weight, but not really. It was more like I was trying to walk and help get the water weight, but I couldn't really walk because of all the wounds I had and stuff. So I had wound care, all these different things, but I would use my walker or try to do something, and I didn't start having symptoms of gastroparesis until early 2022. And I didn't start trying to smoke THC related products until late 2022. So, to help me from my vomiting and my nausea. Now I have a gastric stimulator as well. I forgot to tell you about that one. I have the Entera gastric stimulator. I am one of 15,000 people in the world to have that. 15,000 plus people in the world. Now, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to show you how it bulges out. Now, trigger warning, if you don't like to see tubes, if you don't like to see, it's not gross. If you don't like to see it, then look away. Trigger warning, here we go. Okay, so, this here, if you see how it poofs out, right here, this is where my gastric stimulator is. This is my J tube. This is my G tube. But my gastric stimulator is actually underneath. So, like, right here's the end of it. And up here, like, so it's probably about that big around. And it's got 2 leads that go to my stomach to help from vomiting and nausea, like I said. And it sends electrical impulses. I'm at 8.5 volts currently. And my feed rate for my formula, which is Nutrin 1.5, is at 36 milliliters per hour. My flush rate is every 3 hours, 30 milliliters. And I'm on 20 hours a day, 4 hours off. So most of the time I'm hooked up. And I start palliative care on Thursday. Yay! Because then hopefully that'll help a lot of the pain and a lot of other things. My caregiver was supposed to come today, but there were some other things, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad thing that they didn't come. But I talked with the caregiving company, one of the ladies, and I'm really happy with what's going to transpire so far that I've heard. My first impression so far. I'm tired, can you tell? But yeah, that's the whole thing. So, on that, and having a DNR, I have osteoporosis. So the DNR is for the osteoporosis, and When you have a DNR bracelet, I'm going to show you, and I'm going to flip my camera around so you can see it. But I'm going to cover my husband's phone number, okay? Okay, so... Ooh. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Alright, so... Come on. Focus. There we go. So it says, Wisconsin, do not resuscitate EMS. And then I'm going to flip over my camera. Or not flip, but I'm going to flip this over. And then try to... I don't know what I'm going to be able to do here. I can probably... Actually, no. I think I can... I'm trying to, like, kind of show you, but I can't. That's okay. It's okay. What it says on it... Let's, like, flip it around. I wish I could do that. I wish I was more eloquent in doing these things for you guys. I'm really trying here. Trust me, I'm trying. Okay, so... There we go! It says Kristina Newman, DNR, no chest compressions, no MRI, gastric stim, husband John, then has his phone number, osteoporosis, and more. There you go. My married name is Newman, Neumann. I am the only Kristina Newman in the world. It says 01, so actually probably in the United States. But I'm assuming it's the same thing. So if you see a Kristina Newman, hi. Because it says 01, so that'd be me. I gotta take my ads really quick. This is gonna suck because I'm a little nauseous. One thing too, coffee. If you have gastroparesis, some people can handle it, some of us can't. And it also depends on the day. Because of the acidity in it. I try to be careful because I understand that this is yeah. And then I have my medicine, you see. And right now I'm just kind of not doing that right now because I like to wait. I took like a really long ass nap when we got home. I was really getting tired. I had no sleep last night because I was, one, in pain, two, there's other things going on in the machine. This thing here, this lovely kangaroo omni pump, kept going. Tube is, what did it say? Clogged tube or whatever. And I'm like, oh, stop it. Patient tube clogged or something like that. And it was not. But it kept doing it. So eventually I'm in need of a new pump. So what I'm going to be having to do is get a hold of the healthcare people and let them know about it. So I'm like, hey, guess what? I'm kind of tired of the thing going off. Because I'd like to sleep when I'm able. And yes, I did take, like I said, I took a really long nap. But I'm going to be, hopefully I'll sleep I'm probably going to sleep pretty good tonight. Please don't forget to leave a like. Thank you for the likes that I see already. And if you have any comments, please ask me. I'm fine with questions as long as you're kind. Kindness begets kindness, alright? There's too much negativity in the world. Let's bring in some abundance. Bring it in. Bring in the abundance of positive people. Oh, I want to show you something that I also found, and I think I figured out what it is once I looked it up and I was really figuring it out. I found a tool. Oh, hi, Marna. Welcome in. But I found a Native American or Paleolithic, late Paleolithic tool to create arrowheads. And if you look, I can actually, you can see where the thumb, it almost looks like there's a fish on it. Don't drop it. Alright, but it's made, as you can see, it looks like there's a fish, but there was, if you think about it, they had their finger right here, and they make sure, you can see that there's claw mark, there's actually, like, tool mark in it. And this, they must have been holding it, and this is what I think, because your thumb, if you see where that is, your thumb really goes right there. very easily. And so if they were doing this and taking the flint, that's what they would have been doing with it. And it also could be an effigy. Found that out as well, because if you look, it looks like a fish. And I'm gonna put the camera to where you can see it differently. My husband, you're gonna see too. All right, there's my husband. No, you'll see the fish when I'm talking about. Kind of like a shark. All right, see the fin? Here's the fin. And then look here. It almost looks like the top, like a shark almost, or something. But I really believe that their thumb was like right here or something, and but it really looks like an effigy in a way. So, and it is made of basalt. So that is something I know about it. Where did you find it? I found this along with... Where's the other piece? Oh. Along with this piece, actually next to my mom's house. To be honest. I find them on the ground. I'm kind of that person. I'm a Native American heritage, more Viking heritage. I have French and a few other things. Mostly Viking heritage and French. I actually have many rocks. If you guys want to know a little bit more about me, besides my gastroparesis, and this is what I go through everyday basis. That's my G-tube, stomach contents. Yes, this is my medicine, y'all. Okay, this is why I always tell people that's not my medicine. That ain't me. This is. All right, but here we go. I'm an ambulatory wheelchair user as well, but I use a cane too. Whoop. Right. So, I'll show you some stones. Right. So, in there, celestite, some blue celestite in there. Got some feathers I found. I got a lot of stuff in there. My husband said, oh look, one of my pendulums is in there. Aragonite. Got some ocean jasper in there. Got a whole bunch of other stuff. My husband's stuff too as well. My blue jay feather I found. I also found this finch feather. This yellow finch feather I found. My husband found this one. So we put them next to each other. What happened to me? I have severe gastroparesis and severe osteoporosis and more. It's complete to partial paralysis of the stomach. These are our two wedding chalices made of stone. Oh, that one's mine. That one's my husband's. That's his boutonniere from when we got married, and that's another stone cup chalice. And then, yeah. And then, there's one of my wands. And then he got a Himalayan salt lamp that isn't turned on yet. My dog, Bubba. How you doing, Bub? And then sage. Number one thing in the house. Always sage your home. Especially if you don't know what's going on in it, and if you feel off. I have a frog. I have a frog in my throat. Alright, so this is what I got to do every day. And what happened to me in 2021 was different. This did not cause this. I'm pretty sure. But I had a stroke as well because from a lot of things. I had a stroke in 2021 as well, but I was attacked and almost unalived by people. I left for unalive in my home, and I basically was gone by the time they found me, but they brought me back. So hi. You can call me your zombie woman too as well if you want to. I woke up on my own birthday from life support in 2021. These are some tubey pads. We just moved, so that's why it's kind of, about 2 months ago. So we're still, we're still decorating. We're not done yet. We're not done. I can't eat salads, so any salad you see in here, except for those, like once I mash them up eventually, and I'm able to do it and have them, then I will be able to have some mashed potatoes. But right now, my stomach says no. Oh, doggy and a TV. Well, the funny thing is right now everything isn't out, so the TV is not the way is going to be. It doesn't look the greatest in here yet. So I get it. I'm not embarrassed. I'm just like, once we have the TV on the wall and we have everything we want where we want it and all those kinds of things. I mean, we've got a lot of stuff. I mean, it's just what do you expect? You know. And besides, the way that things are right now, do you know people out there that don't have a TV? You know, people out there that can't afford it, and we don't even watch TV. We watch YouTube and stuff like that. So I don't even watch the news. I know what's going on enough. Epstein's Epstein files much. You know, I mean, I know way too many things. And being a psychic medium that I am, I don't do that on here, and I don't do it on any other platform either. I don't do cards for people. I do it for myself. I can do it for people, but I only do it for myself, and I will not do it for anyone else in here. You cannot pay me any amount of money to do it. Just saying, because I don't think you should get paid to do it. It's a gift. Therefore, if it's a gift, you should give it as a present. All right. Like I said, we just moved. So, less grief. And always bless the house with holy water. Yes. Moon water, especially full moon water, storm water, new moon water. I always remember that cinnamon brings in abundance. Remember that? There's a lot of different things. I actually put a rose quartz crystal in every corner of my house to help. And honestly, I gave one of my best, she's my main best friend. I gave her a big quartz crystal. She has stage 4 ovarian B cancer, but she's in remission. Her cancer markers are at 5. But she had stage 4B. We didn't know that she was going to survive, so I gave her a piece. And I was like, I really wanted it to help. And, I told her that when she's, in remission or when she's, whatever, to give it back. And then I told her, you know what? No, you keep it. It helped. I don't care. And that's what I said. So, I mean, that's how I believe. The news is definitely depressing. I prefer cooking shows. Yeah, see, I watch people cook because I can't eat salads like I wish to. Like I said, that's Bubba. He's 16. Okay, be nice to Bubba. Yeah. My mom uses cinnamon powder to get rid of ants and other bugs. Well, it's also good for abundance and finances. And good luck. Especially if you use bay leaves with it. At least in my faith of being pagan. And I also believe in Jesus, but I believe in Jesus as he was more of a practitioner. I look at him as more of he was a ascended master. That's how I look at Jesus. Kind of like Buddha. Same thing. Like, I believe in multiple deities, so. And yes, I was baptized. But that's not the point. It's just, but yeah, and then my studio, still got to get this all squared away because I got my Logitech keyboard and all that stuff. My MacBook Pro. That, yeah, I haven't been really using right now since got to get things done eventually. We got time. So right now I'm not in a hurry. You want to see my old flute from 5th grade? Yeah, it's broken, but we're going to put it in a shadow box. From the pagan perspective, he is considered the most powerful. He's one of them. Because I'm also Viking. So, he's one of them to me. I believe, like Joan of Arc. There you go. Joan of Arc's another one. She's another one I think of like an angel. Like, I believe she ascended. I believe she saw what she saw. She was a warrior. I also believe in Hecate, Lilith, Morrigan, Odin, Thor, many different archangels, dragons, other deities haven't even said. Thodin, because there's Odin and Thodin. Oh, let me think. Loki. There's a few. I just mostly work with Hecate. I'm mostly a forest witch. If you really want to know what kind of pagan I'm a forest pagan. That's why I look at Jesus as more of a forest practitioner, because he loved to be out in nature. That's how I see Jesus. And I see Jesus in nature. And I think I think anybody within a Christian, and I'll say true Christian faith, believes that nature is one of the, Mother Nature is something that is very sacred. Lilith plays a huge part in Christian culture. Yes, she does. But I'm going to say one thing, the truth about Lilith. Lilith was basically the one that when they wanted Lilith, Lilith decided to say, no, I don't want to do something. Right? And she walked away, made her choice. There's a song called I'd Rather Be Lilith Than Eve. I'd rather be Lilith. Eve bowed down to men. She listened, was manipulated by men. Yep, and Lilith was kicked, basically, from the garden because she didn't want to agree with Adam and what he said. Because under the laws of men, she was supposed to have listened. And therefore she didn't. And then, so quote-unquote, God made Eve so that she would appease Adam. And yet, she still fell for the snake. And yet, the snake was probably not the bad thing. It showed her truth, knowledge. Now, there is a theory out there, that the tree of knowledge and the tree of life, the tree of life, of everlasting life, and the tree of knowledge, I'm thinking the tree of life was more of the marijuana plant. The tree of knowledge is a different. Because they have found many different symbols. They've found many different depictions of quote-unquote the Holy Mary in front of a marijuana plant. That's true. I watched Gaia channel. I watched the app. So I watched this documentary about it. And it was a really interesting theory. So if you ever want to see that theory about how the marijuana plant, because there was, the tree of knowledge and the tree of life. If you ever want to see that theory about it, I think that's kind of, go on, get the Gaia app, whatever, go on there and look. Because it talks about marijuana being the tree of life. And then the tree of knowledge was something totally different. And I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know. It was a very weird theory. I might be getting it even backwards, where it was the tree of knowledge was weed, and then the tree of life was something else. I could be backwards. Hell, I had a stroke, so it's very well. But anyway, hi, welcome in. So I was just kind of talking about an awesome theory that we were talking about. But I'm a severe gastroparesis, severe osteoporosis. Also, I'm an advocate for medicinal, but we don't have medicinal marijuana legalized in Wisconsin, so we use what is legal for Wisconsin, which is THCA, THCP, THC, all the other ones, and it's less than 0.3% delta 9 THC. I love that, Nicholas. Wait a minute. Is this what? Oh, it's you! I figured out who it was in here in the comments section, you autistic brother of mine. Woo! I had to say it. I knew it was you. All of a sudden I looked at it and went, wait, Santa Claus. Thank you for being in here. I got bullied in my last one, so that's why I'm in this one. That was kind of funny. I just realized who you were. Yeah, finally she remembers. Thanks. But yes, the burning bush. I actually believe it or not, that part of the Bible. I'm sorry, anybody out there. I don't want to offend. Really, I don't. I believe that Moses was smoking the burning bush, and that burning bush spoke to him. And I think that's what caused that theory. Now, I could be wrong. You could, we all could, but I feel that you might have been onto something when you said that first, like that, because it does make sense. And they've talked about it on Gaia, which was about actual, like they were talking about how marijuana plant was found in the Bible, how it was found in burials, from the time of Jesus and all those, and what they used it for. So therefore, they found out that it was not like something that that was frowned upon. There wasn't a yeah. And so I was like, and I had somebody in the last live call me something that was, I'm not going to repeat it. And it wasn't very nice. So, because this is, I use what I use at night to help so that I can hopefully go to bed. Last night, I had no sleep. So this morning, when we went to my appointment, then I came home, and my husband, he's over there. I literally passed out on the couch for I don't know how many hours. And then I woke up not too long ago, a few hours ago. And then I'm going to be going to bed eventually again. I'm not even going to play Call of Duty tonight, and I'm pretty sure that everybody that I play with is going to be like, where's she at? Need to hold back on theories? Do I really need to hold back on theories? I have a few theories. I have so many theories that but I have a human mind, and there's only so much that the human mind can really comprehend. We only use about how much percentage of our brain. And some people can, yes, use more. They have found that out. Those of us with gifts, maybe like you or others out there that have gifts. My husband has gifts. I think those that have that sixth sense, in a way, like you being an empath, knowing that there's something there, or seeing something that's there, that really is there, but some people can't because they're not a medium. They can't see spirit. They can't see those things. Or they're a skeptic because they've taught themselves and their brain and conditioned it for so long that their mind won't let them open up to it. That would be my mother. I love her to death, but she's very conditioned to where she's the biggest skeptic I know on stuff. But she's willing to let me try things with her. I have not done something with her yet to show her that I can do something because she's not ready yet. The government is banning these 29. That almost sounds like Harry Potter. You know what? It kind of does kind of sound like Harry Potter-ish. It's kind of cute if you think about it. The snake was actually Adam's. I actually, that is a very good flippin' theory. I think you're onto something. Fuck. What do you think, honey? Honey. Pause. Trying to get his attention. Okay, this is a really good theory. My friend here, I've known him for a little while, off TikTok as well. He says, some theories suggest the snake spoke to Eve was Adam's snake. That's a pretty good theory.
Huh?
That it was Adam's snake that spoke to Eve. Now, if you think about that, it could be a phallic type of thing, where the snake represents the male anatomy, and it spoke to Eve. Lilith didn't want no part. She left. She wasn't going to let a man rule over her. Eve was forced to take on that role. Okay. So here my brain's like, yeah, this makes sense. That makes sense. Well, we already know that Lilith was, she was basically the one that she stuck up for herself. She wasn't bad.
Well, you should know that in the Bible it says.
As we feel, we got to be careful. We're on YouTube. You can't say it's true. You got to. Everybody has a different opinion. So
Well, in the
yeah.
Bible it says.
Yeah.
Man is first and woman serves man.
Yeah, man is first and woman serves man. That's what the Bible says. Yes.
So why wouldn't that go all the way back to the?
Yeah, it says hence Eve bowing down to mankind. Correct. That's the thing. We don't. I don't bow no more.
Women.
Pagans don't bow. Or pagans don't bow.
That's why there's a god and a goddess, not just a god.
Right.
There is equal power between
It's
the two.
the divine femininity and divine masculine, yes. And that is what we honor. And if we are made in the image of God.
So you're a man?
Right. But if you read the Bible, it says they are, and this is true, I have to put this in here. This always got me. I don't care. I'm not having a brand new one. This one's bigger. That's what she said. Anyway. Hold on. Try now. Hold on. So. Oh, shoot. Now what was I going to say? I totally forgot. Oh, it says in the beginning of the Bible, remember, it says they were as of God. They were as gods or something like that with Adam and Eve, like when God supposedly made them get dressed. Well, actually, he didn't make them get dressed because at first they came out of the bushes. It says like they were all ashamed because they were naked. Now they came out, and God supposedly said, "Well, why are you hiding from me? Why are you acting this way?" And yet they had the tree of knowledge, the tree of self-knowing and awareness. So that actually is, I believe now, if I go back in this live, now I understand where I was confused. The tree of knowledge is supposedly marijuana. The tree of life is something totally different. Of everlasting life. And in that part of the Bible, though, when God saw how Adam and Eve were acting, he said, "You are like gods." Plural, not singular. Plural. Which therefore means there is more than one. In my feelings here. And some believe that the goddess was named Sophia. Some believe it's Gaia. But there are people that believe out there that God's wife's name was Sophia. God had her woman, the woman was named Sophia. If you want to look that up, I think you may have. But it's true. That's another part. Like Gaia was awesome when I watched certain things about the marijuana, and I watched about what they showed it in the Bible, how Mary standing in front of a plant holding Jesus that looks like a marijuana plant because the leaves look exactly, and if you count them, it's definitely not a palm tree. There's so many things that they have actually scribbled out and defaced. It was a snake that told Eve that you would be like gods if you eat the fruit. Hold on, I'm trying to read it. You would be like gods if you eat the fruit of good and evil. Yes. See? So, somebody said it. I know that wasn't there a version, though, of one of the Bibles where it said God said that, and it wasn't actually the snake? I don't even know what my Bible is. I have a whole bunch. I have a few. I just don't know what it is. I got goosebumps all of a sudden. Ooh. Alright, so I'm gonna do some medicine. Oh, I want to show you Nate, right? Your name's Nate, right? I remembered it. Am I right? Okay. So I want to show you, I figured out, I was like kind of all screwed up about these stones, right? That I found by my mama's house. This one, I think this also could have been partly a tool too, just because it was near it. No, this is a tool. Or an effigy at the same time. Because it looks like, and I'm going to put this down so you can actually see what I'm talking about. Alright. So, as you can see, it's like a fish tail. Then it looks like there's the triangle of a fin. So it almost looks like they had the effigy of a fish on it. And now, the thumb perfectly goes here. And if you were making, let's say, an arrowhead or a spear, you know, with the flint, this is basalt, so it'd be harder. And then this one could have been made for the same part. Like, so when they're doing that, and then this part could have been also made to make little. So I found these near each other, and I thought it was just amazing. So thought I'd show you. And Bubba is just chilling. I love you. Yeah. God said, "Let us make mankind in our image." Yeah, hour. Okay. Oh, and speaking of hour, you know, the witching hour is 3 o'clock. Now, the funny thing about 3, John 3:16. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son. Now, there is something very different. Jesus had brothers. Did you know that? People don't always talk about how Jesus actually did have bloodline. He had brothers. Judas. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting them. There was a couple of them. You know, he had a few brothers. You know, they were half brothers. No, they were full brothers, technically. Just Jesus was just different. Immaculate Conception. Though, in my, whoever shall believe in him shall not die but have everlasting life. Yes, that's the ending part. Thank you for clarifying. Of John 3:16. Now, I am pagan, and yes, I would. Somebody try to call me a Christian pagan or Christian witch. No. Though I believe in love and light, I believe in Jesus in a different way. I believe he is. I believe he ascended. You know, I believe what happened with the crucifixion, I believe happened. Do I believe that the shroud of Turin is real? Yes, I do. Do I believe that he rose? Yes, I do. Do I believe in magic? Yes, I do. Not in the way of Harry Potter. But do I believe in magic and miracles and spell work and all? Yes. Yes, I would assume you were familiar. But yeah, I mean, there's so many things people don't talk about that, you know, it's like, and then people talk about the God gene. There's people that talk about that. Then it makes you wonder. And since Jesus had siblings, they had children of their own. There is Jesus' blood still out there, still being carried. And in my belief, okay, and there's other people who believe this too. I'm not the only one. I know that because I adopted the belief kind of from them after I did my own research because of when I was a kid watching around about it. I do believe that Jesus was with Mary Magdalene. I believe they got married in secret, and I do believe that they had a child. And I do believe that when he was on that cross, he said, "Mary, behold your son." I believe he was talking to Mary Magdalene and that talking about his son. That's what I do believe. I could be wrong. I'm just saying I believe that. Oh, you correct the mundo, Nicholas. Nicolaus. You are correct. I was baptized Roman Catholic, and yes, they were. But I wasn't raised going to church every day or anything like that. In a way, I'm happy that I wasn't, because it probably would have made it so much harder for me to come out who I am. I've always been a peculiar individual when it came to stones, crystals, and all that growing up. And I never fundamentally called myself fully Christian. I tried at one point because I became Pentecostal. I got baptized Pentecostal in my 30s, late 30s, early 30s, sorry, early 30s. I'm 37. I'm gonna be 38. So, and I really thought that that's what I believed, and then I realized that Pentecostals, I don't want to say all, but where I went, judgment upon judgment on me. As soon as I started speaking in tongues, to which I did not realize I was doing, it was definitely not like them, I guess, and they looked at me like I was something way not welcome. And yet, they also checked on me all the time. It's like they said, "Well, you can never have a man at your house." And I'm like, "This is my husband now, but this is who was coming to my house." And that's who was coming over. So, and they would come over and knock on my door and go, "Hey, who's over there?" It's like, is it really any of your business? I'm part of your church and not your family. I mean, whoever came up with church family, it's kind of like calling it a cult. I mean, like, I'm noticing individuals too that I've noticed that it's all of a sudden if they start going to church, it's like everything becomes surrounded by church. Like they want to go to Bible study, they want to do this, they're doing this fundraiser, they're doing this, they're doing that for church now, because they all of a sudden decided to, talk to somebody and go, oh, I want to go try, and all of a sudden they're like this, and that's all they're about. They don't care about wanting to hang out with you as much. All they're asking to hang out with you for is to go to some church event that you're just like, no, I'm sorry. It's not that I don't like Christians. It's not that at all. It's I am not a Christian and I would feel very uncomfortable. I don't want to I don't want to bring down anyone that I care about by going to a Christian event if I feel uncomfortable going, because that's what it's going to do by accident. I may go to Christmas, I go to Thanksgiving, I go all these different things, but I celebrate the actual other ones. I celebrate the equinoxes. I celebrate, all the different things that, like Imbolc, Samhain, all these different things that I actually, believe in with my whole pagan heart. And pagan is not a derogatory term. Somebody taught me that it was, and now I'm like, you were wrong, because now I found out that pagan is not. It's the calling me a heathen or calling me technically a witch is actually derogatory, but yet it's what we will call ourselves now. Or you can call yourself a solo practitioner. Or you are in a coven, so you're part of a coven. So you'll say, I'm part of this such and such coven, and I'm like, some people are Wiccan. I'm not Wiccan. I'm kind of like it, but I'm not Wiccan. There's a totally difference. There's a total difference in pagan and Wiccan. In Wiccan, you believe in a god and goddess, and that's basically it. That's it. And yes, you celebrate different, like, summer, whatever, equinoxes, and certain things like this. But paganism is totally different. It's more polytheism than just a god and goddess. You believe in more than one deity besides a god and goddess. You work with others, like I work with Hecate. I work with More again, I work with the moon goddess. I work with the sun gods. I work with many different. Well, there's the moon goddess, and I believe there's other parts to the moon. Like, I don't know how to put it, but there's the main moon goddess, and there's the main sun god. And then, no, I don't look at them as raw. I'm not the Egyptian person that's looking at Egyptian artifacts going, well, like that. No. No. Instead, they follow some guy named Paul. He just made me go, that was cute. Anyway. Well, Jesus was born in, only was a female. Hmm? I guess I never heard that Jesus was born with only female DNA. I'm going to have to look that one up, because I've actually never heard of that. That is a very good... Thank you for bringing that up, because I'm going to look that up. I'm going to be doom scrolling later. I'm going to doom scroll, and I'm going to sit there and go, okay, what's going on? That's what I do at night. I doom scroll. I watch little videos with chronic illness and all of this. That's what I do. And I learn things. Well, I learn them. If it's interesting, I'll learn it. If I don't like it, yeah. If Jesus didn't have a father. Can we put that in there as a theory? Because I don't know if it was truly immaculate conception. That's one of the things I don't know if I believe in on that. Because there's some part of me that believes she had an affair. It's not unheard of back then. They were sleeping with their own brothers. They were sleeping with their own sisters. If you remember Noah's Ark, he was sleeping with his own kids. Gross, but truth. Then you got the one guy in the Bible who killed it. Well, was going to unalive his own son. I almost said it. In the name of God. Then you're sitting there going, no, that was evil. That wasn't something positive. That was not a light of love telling you to do something in order to prove your loyalty. Something like that would be evil to try to tell you, do this to your son in order to show your penitence or whatever, your loyalty to me. No. And the other thing for me is, you know how pagans or anyone that's Wiccan, anyone that's a solar practitioner, anyone that's earth-based faith, when we hold something like this tiger eye, when we look at a dragon, when we look at, any type of stone, or we pray with it, or talk, prayer is spell work, by the way. If you don't want to believe it, it's fine, but they say that prayer is the same thing as spell. You're not alone, and some people believe that Mary was rocking a Roman bed. Hey, that's nice. I like you. That's funny. That's funny. I like that one. Anyway, I'm keeping that one in my mind forever. Rocking it in a Roman bed. But no, that doesn't make sense, because Jesus was dark-skinned and he had long hair. Were Romans darker? Hey, honey. Were Romans darker skinned?
Oh, like Egyptians. Romans, Egyptians were the same darker skinned tan.
I thought they were more light skinned. Because Jesus, quote unquote, was Jewish.
And Jews are black and white.
Yeah. But his theory is kind of funny that Mary might have been rocking the Roman bed. And Immaculate Conception happened instead. Yeah, it just rhymed. That was kind of good. But he had a darker complexion. He was not as light-skinned as people depict him. And that we know. We also do have the blood of Jesus because they found it on the Shroud of Turin, and it's still alive. Once they actually put it underneath the microscope and they put water with it and did whatever they did with it, it was alive. It was not, it was moving. Which is really strange. Yes, there's such a thing as AI, but they really did this. And for a long time, I believed in the Shroud of Turin. For a long time, I believed in it. And the only reason I believed in the Shroud of Turin is because something about it captivates you. It's not just because you see an outline of a decaying body. You see the holes from the crown of thorns. And that's where they got the blood from. And there's also blood from where they had the crucifix, where he was crucified, where they believe, and where where the blood may have come down. They had taken blood out of the soil. They found blood samples within it. Same blood. Same genetic makeup. I don't remember what it contained, if it was XY, if it had this, But I can tell you that they found it. Nazareth, ancient common skin color was brown and dark brown. Yes, so he was more of a brownish tan, I'd say. That's what I think. He's probably more of... That color, I think. Right about here. That's what color I think Jesus was. Right about here. Like the little light, kind of a brownish. Maybe my coffee is about the same color. You know what? Actually, no, it's not. But that's really what I think he was. Because this is too light. I don't think he was this color. But I do think he was more like that. Oh, because of Israel and all the different places he went. So, Jerusalem and all these different things. And the sun, melanin, back then, they weren't using, sunscreen. They didn't have it. They used other things like aloe vera to help with burns. And there was other things they could use, I'm sure that they did, but it wasn't like what we do use now. And they could one thing that they found with the blood in the Shroud of Turin, they could tell that the person who passed away was in extreme pain because of the blood. What it showed in it showed different markers, and when people are in extreme pain or have been tortured, it shows, sorry, I said that out loud, YouTube. But when they have been through something so traumatic, the blood shows it. And they seen that in that blood, he suffered. They did spend time in Egypt. Yep. Well, of course he did. I remember that Jesus went to Egypt. I mean, I know the Bible wasn't all false. It's a storybook in my eyes, but it's got some truth in it. It used to be a factual representation of what really happened, and then people changed the crap out of it. Like the game of telephone, you tell somebody, oh, I had a great day today. And they go, oh, she got laid today. They change it. Because they didn't hear it right. And he blended in. Yes, he did. I don't know. I wish I could meet Jesus. He may have spoke to me. Who knows? Yeah, they whitewash the Bible. You are correct, Mundo. I believe that correct 100%. I'm going to be drinking some of my husband's water. He did it. Okay, so I'm going to do a dabaroon. I've never had a macaroon. Have you had a macaroon? Let's get off of this whole, even though it was a very good conversation about Jesus, even though, very interesting, because now I gotta look up some stuff that you said, because now I'm like, gotta look, because that was good. Let's talk about the DNR, shall we? Did you know about that yet?
Show mercy. Kale made me do it. Mercy.
I'm sitting here with the duck lips going, waiting. I know it takes you a while to type sometimes, so that's why I'm like, waiting, I'm waiting for Nicholas Klaus.
Frost. Stripper of everything. Banishes the slums.
Hold on, I had a little nausea. I'm going to be doing this, and this is going to help me nausea too,
Pray I
but
never see you again.
the one thing that always helps all the time
I was afraid the blood would stain your
is
soul.
Elena
Baker.
That's why I hide the underneath.
Not as a king to a subject.
Oh, well, you probably saw my address. Who cares?
Will you marry me? Yes. 1,000. Stop this.
Excuse
You're
me.
supposed to take this.
Wow, I am so sorry. It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
I kill people, I don't deliver them.
I'm sorry. All of a sudden, I realized it wasn't in there. I get gas from Gastroparesis. I am a tubie. Ooh, shit. Hold on. I actually gotta fix my G-tube. I gotta fix the G-tube. Because look. See this? I'm gonna hold it up. But you see how it's starting to go like that? Yeah, I gotta plug it in. Or tape it back. Arrgh! Driving me and stinging in the membrane. Okay, where's the tape?
Long may she reign.
Tape. Medical tape. Who needs medical tape? I can't wait for them to give me the lower profile tube, and I'm surprised I haven't gotten a message yet from SSM. I feel like they probably ignored it. I get gaslit a lot by doctors, and it's unfortunate. Today I was gaslit by a urologist. But I handled it very well, and my husband will say that too. Because now all I gotta do... See, what I'm doing, I'm gonna show you what I'm doing. And I'm gonna stand, okay? I'm gonna have to do that. Ouch. I'm gonna have to do this. So then that way, it doesn't fall out. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna hold my fall button up with my teeth.
This is Midnight Blue Heart, a rare black to blue gradient hosta, known as the unkillable blooming machine. Its deep black and bright cosmic blue tones look like they came straight out of another world, planted by your front door.
I think I sent this to you. I want that to grow in a pot.
That's pretty. My husband was showing me a
It
plant.
survives freezing winter, so we
Look,
can
hold
put it in.
on, I'm trying to fix
Here's
this.
the crazy part. This is a true heirloom perennial. You plant it once, and it comes back.
Stop trying to fuck yourself out. Ooh, ooh, you little. I see what happened now. We got it. If you saw anything, Facebook or YouTube, sorry, YouTube. I'm a disabled woman, so if something accidentally peeked out, I'm sorry. Blur it out. Says I have nothing left. Leave me alone. It's just skin. I'm not lying. And yes, I have a DNR. Do not resuscitate. So, one of the hard things I've realized is they can't use they can't use a defibrillator on me either, unless I say it, and I did not know that. So if I'm at a point where they need, I can't talk. Yeah. But I think my husband now knows that if he's around pre-plant, you need to understand this too, because that's what my DNR says is no defibrillation, which means they will not try at all. So if you're there, you need to let them know they can use defibrillation.
They can do the shocker.
Because I can tell them that, and so can you. If you're not here and it's just me, they're not going to use it.
So then you better call me if there's a problem.
What if I just went?
Hit your button, they call me.
I'm saying, what if I went down and I was already unconscious?
They still have to call me if you fall down, your fall button goes off.
Hopefully. Hey, sometimes the thing can be a brat. You can't lie about that. I'm going to try something really quick, and trust me, I can undo it, but I want to see.
Don't hit it against something. You drop it.
Yeah. I'm going to press the button so we can do the test.
Calling the support center.
Told you.
This is Samantha with the Care Center. Kristina, do you need help?
No, I don't. I'm just doing the test. But one of the other things is, I was just testing it to like see if when it drops onto the ground, if it would go off, and it didn't. So I pressed the button. Just so you guys knew that. Again.
No worries. I'm happy you're okay. Not needing emergency help at this time. While I do have you with me, is it safe to...
Alright, guys, I'm back. At least now I'm figuring out something.
Their own
I don't feel so safe
Today,
anymore.
America has
Okay.
over 200,000 body parts.
Okay, so sometimes I can't guarantee that the thing will go off if I fall. But if I press the button, it'll work.
A radical idea. Land belongs to
That just makes me feel great.
corporations, not private owners. The people. Follow for more Wisconsin history they don't teach.
Yeah, we live in Wisconsin, by the way, if you didn't hear that in the background on John's phone, my husband. Oh my goodness gracious, I cannot believe, I was like, damn, I was trying to prove a point. You should have your husband as he is. My mom, my husband, and one of my sisters are my powers of attorney and emergency contact. My husband is actually on my DNR bracelet, his phone number. And it says, Kristina Newman, DNR, no chest compressions, no MRI because I have a gastric stimulator. If you do that, you'll pull it out and accidentally unalive me. Husband John has his phone number, osteoporosis, and more. And it's already wearing off the letters, by the way.
Many people also place a PVC pipe with small holes in the center. When you water from the top, the water spreads through the pipe and reaches each layer of soil. Fill the bucket with potting soil
It could
from the
just be
top.
me, hold on.
Add soil slowly and press it down lightly.
No, it's engraved, but it's just the dark, like the darker color. Let me kind of cover his phone number because there we go. But like, you see how like it's engraved and it's got all the stuff on the back? Well, there's a couple of the letters that are different. I've only had it for less than a month. I was actually, I wanted to get this prettier looking one. It had this, but then it had like black kind of pretty sparkles of like pearl and black and pearl. And then it had a little heart charm, but it was a DNR bracelet. But they refunded my mom and gave me the cheapy looking one. Because they needed to have it say Wisconsin do not resuscitate EMS, but I'm like, it said that on the bracelet anyway. So $30 for something that's probably $10. But you have to go through Sticky J Medical. You have to have a doctor's signature as well as 2 other witnesses that sign it. You have to go through all the paperwork before you ever get a DNR. And my old one was in my purse, and it was clamped with a metal clasp. And then when I got this one, I could cut that one off and have this. So otherwise, I had that one on. If I would have had that on and not had this yet, and then cut it off, the DNR is now void. If I take this off and I rip up my paperwork, it is now void. Because as long as I destroy it, then yes. And I ain't. I've gone through too much crap. I ain't gonna do that. So now it is time for the Gastroparesis medicine that helps with nausea for me, even though it does not help me it does not make me hungry. Here's another thing: that Catholics will deny that Joseph and Mary were rocking the bed every year, and Mary was only 12 years old when she gave birth to Jesus. Holy moly, I did not know that. Man, you are giving me too much stuff to look up. He's gonna have me doom scrolling until about 6 in the morning. That's okay. No, it's not. I better be able to go to sleep before a certain point. After a certain point, please like and subscribe. You right back? Okay. Please like and subscribe. Share it out, everybody. Please. Thank you. Gracias. Por favor. Oh, you want to hear something that's actually, before I do this, I'm going to show you something that I have been able to do since I was in elementary school, and I taught myself how to do it because there was a man that came to our elementary school that said the ABCs backwards in 3 seconds, and he had the Guinness Book of World Records for it. So he came to our gymnasium when I was a child. I was probably in third grade, yeah. So I remember I had Mrs. Hagen. Mrs. Hagen, she was awesome. And so he was doing that, right? So that night, I was bored. I was a bored third grader with ADHD and autism. Did not know I had autism until I was an adult. And I'm laying there, and I'm going Z, Y, and then I'm going up and backward, until I got it, down. Now I say my ABCs backwards faster than I can say them forwards. So, and I think the stroke also helped with that. So here we go. Z, Y, X, W, U, T, S, R, Q, P, O, N, L, K, J, H, oops, I screwed up. Z, Y, X, W, U, T, S, R, Q, P, O, N, L, K, J, H, T, F, A, D, C, B, A. And so I'll slow it down. Z, Y, X, W, V, U, T, S, R, Q, P, O, N, M, L, K, J, I, H, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. No, you wouldn't. So somebody should do like a stopwatch and see if I do it in 3 seconds. Z, Y, X, W, T, S, R, Q, P, O, N, L, K, H, F, G, C, B, A. And I actually am saying all of them. Let me do it that fast. You just slow it down. 0 X W T S X P N A T F T C. Yeah. I did it. 0 X W T S. Yeah. I had to think about that much. Yeah. And I have got myself out of when I was 16. I was at a party and I got out of it because I said the ABC's backwards, and the cop looked at me and he goes, "Go home." And I was not drunk. I do not condone it. I had one wine cooler. And I remember the police officer, he just must have been like impressed and said, "Go home." I could not drive. I didn't have my license then. I never got my license until I was an adult, and now I can't drive anyway anymore because of my stuff. You are back. Oh my gosh, you're back. The Z, Y, X, W, U, T, S, R, Q, P, O, N, L, K, J, H, J, H, D, A. Had to say the ABCs backwards one more time. Alright. Louder for those in the back. That's good. Alright, so I'm going to use my panda. Isn't he cute? Oh, he's upside down. He says hi. Hello. How you doing? Okay, so we're going to take a piece of this THCA. Diamonds. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Alright, we're just gonna put it in there. And I'm gonna dry. What do you got? Not dry. I'm gonna cold heat it, like cold hit it, basically, is where you heat it up inside so that it starts to boil, and then I don't have to worry about overheating. Cause, yeah. Stuff is expensive. Gotta love the tray, right? Heat it up. 1, 2, and 3.
in silence. When Dad came back after the game, I was in the passenger seat like always, talking about his strikeouts. Dad asked if I was okay. I said I was fine. That was the last real conversation we ever had. From that day on, I gave him exactly what he wanted. A son he wouldn't notice. I stopped asking him to come to my games, stopped telling him about school, my friends, or anything that mattered to me. When he asked how my day was, I said,
I was making sure it was done.
conversation. I answered with one word and left the room.
I was trying to make sure I
He was too busy living through Noah's
clear it out.
But a few months later, something shifted. He started knocking on my door at night, asking if I wanted to shoot him.
And the bottom, by the way, if you want to know my rig, why what my setup is, this is get back here. This here, that little ball swirls around because I'm using this disc that lets the air flow and it spins it with the centrifugal force, making the ball go with my air. Now this part here collects down here reclaim, which I can smoke again because it's I'm not wasting any of it. So that's what that's for. So then when I run out, I smoke my reclaim until I get more because it is what's helpful for me. It is almost 10 o'clock at night. I have been on here for almost a minute, or an hour and 17 minutes. Oh, and I got this. Nate. I'm trying to get it to widen. There we go. Huh? Oh. Pick up the tape. I'm gonna grab my husband. You know, my husband actually used this to throw away his Pepsi bottle. It was funny. He's like,
Here's how to spot AI-made websites.
I was like, hey.
My grandma once taught me.
No.
If you place the cabbage slices in the boiling water,
You open it up.
cook for 15 minutes. That softens the leaves and takes away any bitterness. Then chop the boiled
It's
cabbage
I'm still getting
slices
used to it.
Every bite feels smooth and balanced. Next, peel 2 onions, chop them finely, and saute them in a pan with vegetable oil. As they turn glossy and fragrant, grate 2
Not
carrots.
only was Jesus and blood brothers, yes, we know that. Not only was Jesus trans, what?
Season with salt.
Now you got me all
Wake up.
sorts of,
Combine those sauteed vegetables.
Not only was Jesus trans, had siblings, but also he was asexual pansexual because he never wanted to rock the bed, and he said that he always cares about is the.
And break in 2 eggs. Season again with salt, black pepper, and oregano.
That's a different theory.
Mix until it becomes thick and slightly sticky.
Mmm.
Now, grease hands with olive oil. Shape the mixture into round croquettes and fry them in hot vegetable
But the
oil.
bigger picture in me says it's plausible. I mean, back then,
My grandma once taught me
incest was best. I'm not lying. So it makes sense.
If it's not cleaned properly,
It's 11, 10 o'clock.
for you. That's why this stuff has over 300 million views on TikTok. Because when people try it, they get it. Just apply it lightly at the comp.
Sorry, I got kind of ADHD. It's my husband's phone for what he's listening to. I was like, "Arr!" All right. Now you want to see something that I can do that I know, like with hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos. These are the things that I know that I can do. And I didn't realize you can have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome when it comes to the hips. They can tell you that you have it too. So when I'm standing up, this is one thing I realized, and I realized I'm not gonna do it with my right one because it hurt. But they supplicate, or however you call it. But you look at my hip. This is my hip bone here. This is my hip bone here. Now I can. I wish I could do it right now. There we go. And I shouldn't. I'm not gonna try. I shouldn't do it with this one because like what you're doing is you're pulling your hip that way and then that way. It pulls your. It takes your hip joint and you can pull it in a certain way. And this is how. So like Right now, this is all skin. So if I just kind of did this, there we go. And you see that I have, these are my hip bones right here. So like, it hurts to do it, but it's because of the hypermobile part of me. Alright? Well, enough about the Bible talk. Please. Now we're into the old Gastroparesis thing, and I need to take some Zofran. Oh. Now we're going to talk about, let's see, what shall we talk about? What it's like to live with a feeding tube. It's a pain in the ass. What's it like to live with a G-tube? Pain in the ass, because right now it doesn't have a balloon that's supposed to hold it in there. That was Zofran dissolvable. On Dancitron. Same thing. I actually like the taste of it, which is a good thing. Some people don't, but I do. Which is good. It's better than that. But with the gastroparesis, the constipation is the worst. My bladder is having issues now. Don't know exactly what's going on, but I kind of think I do. No. I asked for a transvaginal ultrasound today, and he didn't really quite listen to me on it. I knew that he should have done it, but I have a family doctor. I can just doctor. Because I think that what I said was valid, and he's doing some things right, but he was mainly all he was interested in was the mechanics of my bladder. He didn't really care about the fact that I have lumps in my groin and a lump in my back. Because the lump in my back, which causes some nerve stuff, and then I got the ones that I believe are inguinal hernias or something inguinal, like they're a thing that actually can affect your bladder as a woman and stuff like that, especially after you went through menopause, like me. So there's a lot of things that I've done some sleuthing, and I figured out some things, but you ever have a doctor look at you square in the eyes, and I may be autistic, but I will look at people in the eyes. That's a common misconception, that if you're autistic, that you won't look at people in the face. That's a very big misconception. I may not like to always look at the screen at myself, but I will look you square in the eyes, and I will talk to you. If I feel threatened, I may not. Or whatever. If I feel like helpless, I'm kind of different. Doctors aren't exactly the brightest bulbs in the chandelier. Not all of them. No, some are. Not all. Some are very bright. Some are not. Some I feel got, like I've told you before, some I feel got their degree out of a Cracker Jack box. But this guy was actually really good. It's just he didn't. I don't think he's ever dealt with a patient like me that actually said, hey, I know my body. And I wasn't being mean to him. He wasn't being mean to me. He was actually very respectful towards me. Plus, my husband was with me. So I think if my husband wasn't sitting there, I don't think it would have went as well. That's an honest truth. What do you want to tell me a story about? Who's the advocate? Just kidding. What do you want to tell me? And I fully believe this. Seriously, if my husband was not there, I think he would have said some other stuff to me and kept he in a way gaslit me. But that's okay. So what he wanted, he wants me to time voiding, stop phasotieridine, continue Flomax, optimize constipation, and pelvic floor therapy. Which I was already in the starts of pelvic floor therapy before we had to stop because of everything going on. So he's basically said, obviously I do not take the one medication, but the Flomax, I'm guessing I don't take this one then. I don't remember. I gotta look at which one there. That's the Flomax. I gotta look. This is the Flomax. So then this one I do not take no more.
Why are car manufacturers desperately
Okay.
trying to make this device?
Now that we got that under control, and I have to remember in the morning to look at my pills so I can take those ones out. Because I have a pill box in here that I organize my pills. There, figured that out. I'm feeling like, ugh. So, what was your story? Unless you're still typing. I had some things, so hold on a minute. I don't know why. It just hurts. I'm good. Just trying to let my body. I'm gonna read that in a minute, Nate. Hold on a minute. Oh yeah, that hurt. You know, I may have hypermobile, but the thing is not everything is.
This wasn't just about exposing corruption. He watched his own parents struggle to afford rising gas costs, draining their retirement savings just to keep their car running.
I wonder if I can still do this.
25 years of experience designing engine systems. Michael
Yeah, sort of.
himself in his
Ow.
garage and began studying control systems.
When I had the stroke and stuff, and the ligaments, after my stroke and healing and stuff, a lot of stuff got tight. So some things I can't do anymore, but I can still. Very easy.
Michael developed a
This is hypermobile. If you can do this and wing out your back, yeah. Oh, here's another one. I will do this one, and I'm gonna be very careful. Once I'm starting to go down, if I feel like it's hurting too much, I'm not gonna. But if it starts, if I'm okay, then I'll keep going. But I'm gonna show you. This is another thing about hypermobiles. Now I thought no falling. Now I thought that I didn't hyperflex my knees when I lock them, but if I stand, they actually do bend a little back. So if I keep them like lax, go like that, they do. Alright, so the other thing is if I go like this. Oh, this is what I was talking about. I'm not supposed to bend because of my osteoporosis, but if I go all the way to the floor, and I keep going. No bending of the legs, feet flat, hands flat. That's why we know that I have hypermobile. What the heck? Oh, I walked over my feeding tube by accident. So there's that. And then, what are the other ones? Oh, you take your finger, and it's usually the pinky, and you want to hold it flat down. And if you can go past 90 degrees, this is a positive bait in score testing. This one isn't as good. You want to know why? Because I had a stroke. And this was the hand that was mostly affected. That's why there's a scar. It kind of runs down. You can actually see the difference in that wrist compared to this one. So like how this one's like that. This one's like that, how it dipped. So when I had my stroke and I was left on the ground for unalive by people, a lot of things like ligaments and stuff were hard. And I was numb in certain areas of my body. Yeah, I know. Funny thing is though, at least I know what I've got. And this is driving me insane. I just realized this. That got bigger too. I need to stop looking at my body.
This bag is super cheap. It comes with a mix of colors. They clean for 200 days straight.
Literally, the lump on my pinky's gotten bigger. On the knuckle. I didn't realize it until now. I'm sitting on. Because when I was bending it back, I was like, oh, felt something. I'm like, what the? And you see how it darkens in that spot? And I actually had this one right here. I'm not flecking anyone off. This right here is actually, I had a biopsy done on it, and it's growing back. Now the one on my back, the lump on my back is about I would say about 1.5 centimeters in diameter, or whatever. They're taking out. Now the ones in my groin is, one of them is at least two centimeters.
As long as the
So.
stem touches soil, it can produce new roots. If you plant a tomato seedling straight down, only the small root ball at the bottom is going to grow.
Alright,
When you lay the stem
in a while,
sideways,
yep.
the entire section that was once exposed to air
Yeah, you
turns
told me
into a
this.
series of underground intake
So,
chambers. Within just a few days, the plant
we all
sheds
repeat
are
ourselves.
relying on a
You're fine.
single root point to operate as a multiplier.
But no, I know that this has to do with all my stuff going on. I'm thinking I might have MCAS, which is mast cell activation syndrome. Sorry. And I'm starting to think I may have that, just because certain things, like I get itchy, I get this, and my skin's like, and everything kind of like correlates. And I know that it's one of those things that can be found out. So maybe that's what's going on with me too. Don't know. Never been tested. Still wait. Not a lot of things, but happy certain things are starting. But I need to get off of here because I'm getting tired.
You have to see this because it looks like witchcraft. This
Oh, I heard witchcraft.
adjust automatically to your vision from +1.
Well, who's talking about me?
0.
Oh.
It knows your eyes.
Okay, anyway.
Again. Drop it. Smash.
Alright, one more freaking dab and then I'll go. Nah. I don't want to actually. My lungs are saying no. Alright, well anyway, love and light. Thank you. Did you see that?
On my phone screen, a voice message from my friend Chloe sat unplayed. I didn't need to. The preview text beneath it told the whole story. The click of a key turning in the lock echoed from the entryway. My wife, Scarlett.
Good night, my beautiful. Yeah, thank you. But did you see that?
All she offered was treats. She used to rush in, all warmth and lively stories. Now, only
It was weird. Like I saw the light go. This light go. It was like from this way over.
the cup suddenly heavy. This used to be your favorite. She didn't look at
I'm like, what the hell was that?
slamming the door shut. That sharp thud left the
An arrow. Anyways, maybe it's time for me to talk to the good old spirit. Alright, so love and light, blessed be to you all, and thank you for coming in. And I'm gonna do a rabbit hole of digging on certain things that you've talked about, and yeah, thank you for coming in. You know what? I'll do one more smoke. It's not like it's gonna kill me. I want to see what my reclaim chamber actually looks like. Ooh. There is no reclaim in it. What the deuce? But you know what I can do? I'm gonna kind of. I don't need to do this because I actually still have some left. But I want to grab some actual reclaim because that's gonna get me.
Had a stable job and married a beautiful wife whose family had recently gone bankrupt. I was the typical nice guy who took on someone else's baggage. My phone vibrated. It was a message from Scarlett. Saturday night, dinner at my parents' house. A commanding tone, cold words. I replied, okay, the ambush dinner was coming. On Saturday,
There we go.
the front door of Richard Hayes' mansion.
Some reclaim.
A couple of expensive
Still not
bottles of
done.
wine. The mansion, once so quiet and empty, was now bustling with people again. Richard, my father-in-law, was dressed in a designer suit, beaming with confidence, talking loudly about business with several partners. When he saw me, the smile on his face faded, replaced by undisguised disdain in his eyes. You're here. Find a seat for yourself. He gestured towards the most secluded corner of the living room. In the main
Here.
seating area, a young man I didn't recognize was sitting, dressed in head-to-toe designer brands. A Patek Philippe watch
Then,
on his wrist under the lights. Scarlett was sitting right beside
take
him,
this
smiling
part.
charmingly, deep in conversation. That was a Scarlett I'd never seen. A Scarlett from another world. Alex, Eleanor, my mother-in-law, handed me a glass of water. Her tone distant. This is Harry Sterling, Mr. Sterling's son. He just came back from
So I can clean that up so it's not so stuck on there. There we go. Alright, and then we put it back on. There's actually a lot in there that I can kind of like just scrape out, I suppose, but I just really don't have to always do that. You know, sticky. Uh-oh. I'm just making sure. Alright. Now, this is gonna be a good one. And then I'm gonna go to La La Land. By the way, have you seen The Sixth Sense? Of course I've seen Sixth Sense. Who do you think you're talking to? And the one part of it I can't stand is when the guy's in the bathroom with the weapon. Nope. That's the only spot I don't like, and I do not watch that part. But it's really awesome to figure out. If you've ever watched it, there's those red parts. There's like little Easter eggs they leave inside that movie, and it's by M. Night Shyamalan, so obviously it's very good. But he puts all these different parts that are red for you to notice. Like, this is red. This means it's an important thing. This is red. This is red. So, like, in that movie, when the red things are in there, it gives you clues. Those are those Easter eggs within the Sixth Sense. I didn't know if you knew about that. I found out about that, and I was like, oh my goodness. Because then you realize that Bruce Willis was dead or unalive the whole time. He didn't. And that's the cool part. It's like, you watch The Sixth Sense and it's like, yeah, that's a spoiler alert, by the way, sorry about that. But then you realize, yeah, Bruce Willis is a ghost himself. Oh, that's just sad to think about it, though. Right now he's got, the frontal lobe dementia. That's cute. I like it. And describes your powers. Okay, so how sticky are you? Oh, you are very sticky. I don't know what I've been told, but I'm feeling fucking old. Sound of 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm done for. And then, gotta have the wood, gotta play. I've been loving to do this. And I'm gonna do it. I like that it's little skulls, too. I play with it. And then I have my other one around here. You know me and my fidgets. Well, of course I see dead people. Don't say that. You have to say unalive. I have to say unalive in YouTube. You have to say that. You can't say no. I guess I could say that. I mean, being a second name, I can say I see dead people. I see spirits. But they're not always people that were alive and human. Because some spirits were never human to begin with. If you believe. Alright, let's keep this up. Okay, I'm going to warn you, this is going to be a cough and a half, and I'm going to have to use the inhaler afterwards. So I'm not lying. Yeah, I'm done. Oh. The two walked intimately onto the stage, standing beside Richard. Some people are only suited to share hardships, not prosperity, Richard said, his gaze falling on me with a chilling intensity. The Hayes family is sailing ahead, and we don't need a heavy anchor holding us back. All I there was simply morbid curiosity and mockery. I had become the superfluous person in their eyes. Scarlett had her head down, not daring to look at me. Eric, beaming with triumph, put his arm around Scarlett's waist, subtly flaunting his victory to me. Richard cleared his throat, about to announce my divorce from Scarlett, and hinted Eric and Scarlett's impending engagement. I stood up, slowly walking towards the stage. Everyone was stunned, and the music stopped. Richard's face went pale with rage, and he roared into the microphone. Alex, what do you think you're doing? Get off this stage. I ignored him, walking directly to the center of the stage, plucking another microphone. Let's go. The lights shone on me. I could clearly see every astonished face in the audience. So thank you for being in here. That was one last one for everyone. Isn't this my stage too? And for me. My father-in-law did after his company went public was order my wife to divorce me. Coughing hurts.
How rich can a person be? My wife is incredibly rich. People call her the queen of Cloud Ridge because nearly the first thing my father-in-law did after his company went
Yeah.
that summer when I was 18, Chloe and I finally crossed that line. Afterward, I was too excited to sleep awake, believing my 6-year-long secret crush had finally come
I'm
true.
fine.
Until
I'm
the first thing my father-in-law did after
I ignored him, walking directly to the center of
Oh.
the stage, plugging another microphone from the stage.
The loop.
Lights shone on me. I could clearly see every single face in the audience. Don't be so hasty, Richard. I smiled at a sharp, quiet voice as my voice filled the silent ballroom. After all, isn't this my stage too?
Hey, honey.
It felt so quiet you could
Honey.
hear the crystal chandelier's prisms clinking
Honey.
in the air current.
Can you grab me a
Richard's
paper
face
towel?
turned crimson, his grip on the
I
microphone
coughed
tightening
but
until his nose
accidentally
was
coughed
white.
out
Get
my
off the
nose.
stage, Alex. This is my event, my moment. You have no right to
I didn't sneeze. I accidentally coughed out my nose. So I think it's kind of funny.
flimsy against my palm, and my gaze sweep over the sea of faces, business elites in tailored suits, the socialites dripping in diamonds, the
That was funny.
acquaintances who once avoided the haze around me like the plague, now fawning over Richard's
Try them
triumphant
drooling on
return.
yourself.
And then there was Scarlett, her eyes wide and panicked,
Done
her
that.
arms still slung
Alright,
across the
sanitizer.
waist, his smirk faltering as he realized I wasn't going to slink away like a kicked dog. Your moment. I repeated, my voice
Alright, well, love and
filled
light,
the stage.
everybody. I'm gonna get off this live now.
Let's talk
And
about
I'm gonna get
moments.
myself into trouble by talking to Spirit. Let's go.
He was drowning in
So I'll talk to you guys later. Love and light.
moment your
And thank you for coming in tonight.
about the moment
Bye,
he
Nate.
was close to